The video shoot, you guys actually had T-Pain's Bugatti. Me, from being from the South, being someone from the culture, the cloth of it, right? I remember T-Pain coming out and saying, yo, that was my Bugatti.
That Future hit rightfully in his own lane doing this thing. You had Pain also too. And the reality is we're gonna have a Bugatti there regardless.
Exactly. The BET Awards or some BET function, your Rolex face bezel fell off.
I know that was crazy right there. That's the first time we let people perform. You lost something, bro? Right there. Is that homie? You lost? Yo, he almost lost the bezel. Take care of that before we continue. That's gotta go. You know what? Just hold it.
What was that about? And did you fire that jeweler?
Back then they had watch busters. So watch busters had already verified that the watch was real.
Okay.
Didn't nobody want to hear that. So that's why I'm saying we weren't tripping because the watch was real, homie.
Right.
We weren't having no long conversations about the watch situation, nothing like that. But we just didn't know how the motherfucker came off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was just the whole thing. It just happened. I can't even explain how it happened, but it happened. And my jeweler's the biggest jeweler at that time. He do all our stuff. He do me, Fat Joe, he do everybody's stuff.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So
make sure it's a real watch.
I know it was real. I need to take it to no third party.
The reason I say that is Baby went up with a watch that was like 400 grand.
That's the same jeweler.
And you were getting out of the Khaled situation. Seen on Breakfast Club where they kind of asked him about you.
Meant to ask, we the best. Ace Hood was like your first artist, the first time. Are you still in Ace Hood? Y'all still together? Or
Ace Hood doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. Everybody makes their own decisions, but at the end of the day, is we got love. It ain't no like, sometimes artists might want to do something, and maybe. I can't speak for him. I don't know what he's thinking, but at the end of the day, is we bless him, we love him, and I've been with him from the birth of Ace Hood, so I've supported him, and I'm always gonna love him. And if he ever need me, I'm here to support 100%.
And then you tweeted following that. You said that only if everything you said in an interview was true. Have you guys spoken since then? What's the relationship with you guys, if at any?
Yeah.
But what's the feeling with Khaled and that situation with We The Best?
Well, there is no situation.
Welcome to It's Up There podcast. I am your active and attractive host. Another episode of the fastest growing show in the world. Today we got a guy, man, that I was eager to speak with. A legend in his own right. Got some really big records out there, man. And I wanted to speak about his journey and have a great conversation. We got Ace Hood. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm good, my brother. Thank you for having me, bro.
No problem, man. Thank you for coming, man. It's a blessing. Always a pleasure when players meet.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Always a pleasure, man. How you feeling, man? What's going on with you? How you been?
I feel good, bro. I feel good. Feel blessed. You know what I'm saying? Blessed to be here. Blessed to be still doing what I love.
Yes.
Blessed that my kids are healthy, bro. You know what I'm saying? My family good, my wife good. We building, man, career-wise, you know what I'm saying? I've done some incredible things in my career.
Yes, sir.
Continuing to do some incredible things. So I'm blessed, dog, for real.
How do you keep from, because we just had conversation, of course, off mic, how do you keep from letting some of the stuff you've been through break your spirit?
Yeah, man. Well, you know what, dog? I think keeping God first for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think keeping God first and then realizing, taking ownership for where that I maybe didn't show up as my best self, or maybe that I fell short in certain positions, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's big on taking accountability, figuring out where I can get better at, spots where I can learn, you know what I'm saying? Where I can reapply myself, where I can do something differently. I just look at everything as an opportunity to grow, bro. So anytime I get, down on myself or like hardships start to hit, I'm reminded where I am, and I'm reminded what's on the other side of that hardship. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how my mind is naturally. I'm like, I know if I'm in a space, whatever it might be, like I know God is placing me here for a reason. Has
it always been that way, or is this a newfound thing?
No, I've always been a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? That's how I navigated my career. It's how I manifested my life, the things that I want. It's just really being God's guy for real. You know what I'm saying? I think that just got re-energized and recharged recently with my whole faith, obviously, like stepping away and having, just reaching in different places, spirituality wise, you know what I'm saying? So now coming back to the full circle, like doubling back now in terms of like what I know to be true about God, what I know to be true about my faith, and how it aligns with me now. You see what I'm saying? So it's always been a huge part of me for sure.
How do you stay planted in that though? I think that still is something that, you know, you can wave off and you can get the questioning like, hey, well, why though? I get it. Like, if I've always been this kind of guy, I've always stood on principle, morals, and tried to put my best foot forward. Cause your spirit doesn't give me a sleaze ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, I battle with questioning.
Yeah.
Like, yo, hold on, but this?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah.
And so maybe you can give me some insight, or some of the viewing public some insight as to how you can continue to stay grounded and level-headed, you know, as you move through some of those times where it's dark and you ain't even looking for a light switch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you just expecting it to get light at some point.
Yeah. That's a great question, bro. I think what I learned too, bro, is like, you know, not trying to manipulate your situation or manipulate where you are, but really to accept that.
Yeah.
So before there's acceptance, there has to be unacceptance. So there has to be a space where it's like, bro, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel pain. This is where I'm at. I'm frustrated, bro. I don't trust nobody. Like, you got to really sit in those spaces, in those moments. And the only reason I was able to rise to this space because I allowed myself full space to be able to feel what I was feeling. So in those moments of darkness, like, I wasn't trying to turn on the light. You know what I'm saying? Just within the darkness, I was hoping that God provide me the light, as opposed to me feeling like I physically need to do something. Because oftentimes that's where we go wrong, is us feeling like we need to change, or we need to do something, or we need to be more, as opposed to just being, homie. Just be. Don't even try to be anything. Just be in that space. If you in your darkness, allow yourself to sit there, because to me, the more that you become and you build a relationship with the darkness, now it can introduce you to the light, because then you understand what it's like to be in the darkness. And I think just for me, I've really been in the darkness, really been in the thick of it, really been in the lessons of it, really been in the emotional space, trying to figure out, like, I've really been there. So now to be able to tell people of like, nah, this is how I got through it, is like, then the light popped up. Then I seen the light at the end of the tunnel, but it didn't start that way.
It's one thing to develop when you got a lot of help, but it's another thing to develop in a dark room.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is a hell of a trait to have as a human being, is to understand that, no, you know, I can develop in this dark room because God is real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And the more we let the youngsters know that, because, you know, in this time in the industry and in music, we're in a very weird time. A lot of people are influencing children and influencing people to do things that they've never did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so for me, I'm always scared of that, because they don't have the tools to navigate some of the waters that people are sending them in. You know what I mean? Some of this erratic behavior from these rap guys when they get on these drugs and go in this booth and they screaming and hollering some of these things, bro. It really... it pains me, because I have boys growing up in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how we navigate that, but I like to, even watching the Joe Budden interview, I'm like, yo, this dude is well spoken.
Yeah, bro.
Where does that come from? Do you have a college background? Do you? Nah,
bro, that's that shit, man. That's flattering, bro. I appreciate that, though. That's love. No college background, bro. Just a high school diploma. You know what I'm saying? But I continue to further my education after the fact. Obviously, reading books, obviously traveling the world was a huge thing for me. So I learned so much in different cultures, different people, being around different vibes. So that was a huge lesson for me. And too, growing up, to be clear, I also wanted to add is that I've always been a good writer, a good interpreter, all of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are the skills. Like, so I would win writing contests, speaking, so things like that. And coming up in the game, there was always this energy when I came up of like, Southern artists couldn't rap, or Southern artists couldn't
Yes.
have that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for me, I always wanted to change that narrative about like, oh, they just make swag rapping, boom, boom, boom. But I want to let y'all know that like, nah, I'm an intellectual,
Right.
and I can give you game, and I could like, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I didn't know it in the beginning, but like my homies were telling, bro, it sound like you from up top, bro. It sound
Yeah.
like you from blah blah blah.
Right.
Just because I challenged myself outside of my environment. For
100%. And let's talk about that, like the Southern stigma that's on not only the intellectual capabilities but also on the rapping.
Mm-hmm.
They would think like, and you one of those guys that, but you'll get in there and start slicing and dicing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I wonder, like, well, I think it was a song you had, maybe Wayne redone it or he may have jumped on it. I don't know, I can't remember, but your style of rapping has always been something that a lot of people appreciate. I'm talking about writers and rappers.
Yeah.
They understand, that take a skill set to be able to do that. That ain't just a dude going in there and I'm 1, 2, ABC. Don't ABC me to death.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Where did that come from? Because back in that time, like you said, the stigma wasn't that. It was damn near an anomaly to come on rapping fast and all of that. It really was not in the Southern District to be doing that. So where did that come from?
Listen to a lot of up north artists. You know what I'm saying? I've always been built on like lyricism. I've always been gravitated to artists that could tell a story,
Right.
that can narrate a story, right? And do that through lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So, and through fast play and all of that. So, listening to the Canibus and stuff growing up, listening to the Eminems and all of that, dog, the Mr. Cheeks and shit growing up. You feel me? Like, these were guys that I thought were super lyrical, you know what I'm saying? And these guys could also tell a story. So that was a part of it, dog, too, as well. But for me, I also felt like this was a great way for me to set myself apart. You know what I'm saying? As opposed, because how can I say, man, people would always subject themselves to something that's much less than, something that they can easily, something that might be more of the culture of the cloth that sounds like the community, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's more rugged, that sound a little bit more dirty, a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to like something that come from that community that's more polished.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I represent that end that's more polished of it. So it was very different accepting that from the South, because from the South you can hear guys that got more slur, more like a little bit more mumblish, a little bit more like it's very different. It can be swaggish. So for me, I wanted to make sure that this sound and what I was saying was really piercing through.
I wanted to look up some of your biggest records, and it says Bugatti is your biggest record. That's what it was, Hustle Hard Remix with Wayne. That's what it was. But you got Bugatti at 358 million views. You got Hustle Hard Remix at 85 million views. Body to Body featuring Chris Brown, that's at 38 million views. Cash Flow, 18.7 million views. Ride featuring Trey Songz, 16.9 million views. So you've covered a lot of ground with these records.
Yes, sir.
How was it with the Bugatti record?
In terms of what exactly?
Like, did you come up with that concept, or did you have anything to do with
The structuring of the record?
the structuring of that
Well,
record.
it was a collaborative thing, more so, you know what I'm saying? And at that particular time, it was a collaborative, right? Because Mike Will came in, Khaled found the beat. And then when we found the beat, we already knew that like we wanted Future to be on it. So like the thing is working at that particular time around that energy, like we were always big on anthems. Like that was our thing. That was our conversation, was like, all right, bro, we want to make anthems. So anytime we were creating, we would always want to get the best and the biggest people at that particular time. So finding the beat, man, it came through pretty smooth, honestly. Once we found the beat, bro hit me and was like, all right, we already knew what the beat was. Say, yo, I got Soup in the studio. Man, we went there, chopped it up, bro did his thing, knocked that verse out immediately. And it was a smash, it was a day, but it was a collaborative effort for sure, bro.
Yeah, and you know, I seen where the video shoot you guys actually had T-Pain's Bugatti. Me, from being from the South, being someone from the culture, the cloth of it, right? I remember T-Pain coming out and saying, yo, that was my Bugatti. I didn't understand that. What was your understanding of him coming out saying that in that moment?
Well, there was a lot of energy around that time, right? It was just around the whole auto-tune thing more so, right? So you had Future rightfully in his own lane doing this thing. You had Pain also too. So there was a lot of comparisons at that particular time. There were a lot of people that wanted them to collab. So there were a lot of people that were trying to pit them against each other, being that they both were using a specific sound, right? And they both were very talented and good at it. So I just think like, you know, as bro continued to rise, I think that kind of rubbed the Pain in you know, I think it's just, you know, it's a little industry play a little bit. I think it rubbed Pain a little bit of like, maybe this is something that I'm not a part of, and or I'm not getting the recognition or from it. You know what I'm saying? Being that this is my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Or y'all attacking me using it, but they ain't attacking him using it. Because I think Jay also was you know, loud about he tried to kind of kill the auto tune.
Right. So that's what I'm saying though. That point there, it's like, so imagine that, right? So that's kind of hovering over the culture and the energy, and it's like, you know, people feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I can imagine Pain feeling some type of way internally. So, you know, when stuff like that happened in comparison to, and being that bro was a part of the video and then we using the whip, it's like, you know, it's something to comment on. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like that because
I didn't love it neither when Pain. I felt like it was not necessary for brother to mention that, but either way, I felt like I'm big on seeing things from both ends of the perspective, dog. You dig what I'm saying? Like ends of the spectrum, rather. So it's like on one end, in that moment, I'm like, bro, this ain't, that don't even make sense for you to even be a part of that, right?
And it got nothing to do with,
it ain't even that big a deal. We doing what we doing.
We trying to hustle, bro.
Come on, man.
This don't got nothing to do with who car this is or whatever that is.
Right.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate that because of that. It's almost like, yo, this is two black artists, you in particular coming from that area, don't step on this. Like, let us hustle with this, bro. It's like the big homie who let you wear his jewelry or something, and then he start trying to little boy you. Nah, man, that's my shit dude had on. He couldn't borrow my car. I didn't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, let the dudes hustle. This is part of our culture. People rent cars in their videos. A lot of these dudes rent jewelry. That's part of the culture, right? And I don't think you guys positioned it like it's my Bugatti. It's just like I woke up in a new Bugatti. It was a smash record.
And the reality is we're gonna have a Bugatti there regardless.
Exactly.
So it didn't. You understand what I'm saying? So it didn't matter. The song was a smash in itself, in the hit. So it's like, I think, you know, sometimes you want to be a part of something, man. I understood that whole situation. I understood the frustrations that bro was going through at that time too. But it didn't affect me. It didn't hinder me. I never got any questions about it. Like nobody never said and brought that up. Like it was never no energy. So it was never anything that I had to deal with. It was never like bro was trying to suppress this or why bro doing that. It was never no energy like that. It was just like a couple people mentioned that, hey, that was Pain vibe in a video. That was it.
Yeah, that for me, that's as a big homie, as someone that lend out cars and lend out jewelry and lend out certain things, you know, I just want to speak against that in our culture, right? Let's not do that to the youngsters coming up, because at that point, what records did you really have going? Was that one of your first like?
Hustle Hard was before that.
Oh,
so I had a self-proclaimed record. I was already him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Hustle, and then Cash Flow was before that, and Ride was before that.
So you was already established.
Me. Yeah. Okay. 2013 was. So when that record came, it was just another massive record for me, another top 5, top 10 type shit.
Yeah, you smoked that junk. Yeah. Let me ask you this. I heard also on the Joe Budden podcast, because I don't understand this, and maybe you can, you know, help gain some clarity, but you said that when you were getting out of the Khaled situation that it was 7 figures. What does that mean? Like, how does that look as far as like contract negotiate? What does that mean? You just need to pay $1 million? Is that what the verbiage of that is, or what?
Well, at that time it was just a number, right? You know what I'm saying? So before any negotiation or anything went down or any discussion around the contract, this is what bro wanted initially. But again, I'm a young man who understands the both ends of the spectrum. So I'm understanding like, this is just a fluff number. This is just something to scare me. This is something coming off of currently his frustration and how we feel and boom, boom, boom. But also too, it was very real for me. So, and I knew at the reality at that particular time, I couldn't just up and give bro a meal. You see what I'm saying? For the situation. And I feel like and I feel like that would have been just taking advantage of a nigga too at that point too. I'm like, you know, to give you an M for real, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I know my work done spoke for itself, like, you see what
Y'all
I'm saying?
in the green with
Like,
this. You
right.
ain't in the red. You
understand?
Y'all
You
done
feel
made
me?
all kind of paper with this, especially because you may have been in a deal that wasn't that lucrative and it just popped.
Right.
So they still are winning from that perspective, you know?
So it's like, you know, if we have something, you built something, right, which is incredible. Is, you know, the moment you want to like slide out, I think for me it's like, oh no, like anybody, depending upon who they are, they gonna make it difficult for you. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's the first initial like, all right. And then we went back to the drawing board, you know what I'm saying? And there was conversation, meeting up, conversation, that whole thing, till we can actually establish a real number or something that actually made sense for me. And then once the, you know, the hot heads cooled down and everything like that, once we got to an even, you know, everybody even killed, now it's like, now we can have a real conversation about this. You know what I'm saying?
And I seen on Breakfast Club where they kind of asked him about you.
Meant to ask, we the best. Ace Hood was like your first artist, the first time. Are you still in Ace Hood? Y'all still together? Or
Ace Hood doing his own thing, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother. I support him 100%.
He not signed to We the Best no more?
He is, but he wants to do his own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Why right now? You red hot?
Everybody makes their own decisions, but at the end of the day is we got love. It ain't no like, you know, sometimes, you know, artists might want to do something, and maybe, you know, I can't speak for him. I don't know what he's thinking, but at the end of the day is we bless him, we love him, and that's, you know, I've been with him from the birth of Ace Hood, so I've supported him, and I'm always gonna love him. And if he ever need me, I'm here to support 100%.
You know, he does kind of what Khaled does, kind of dance around it, and it's love, and you know what I'm saying? And then you tweeted following that. You said that only if everything you said in an interview was true. Have you guys spoken since then? What's the relationship with you guys, if at any?
Yeah.
But what's the feeling with Khaled and that situation with We the Best?
Well, there is no situation, you know what I'm saying, between me and bro. You know, that's just only history between me and dog. On my end, I'm a man of love, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like so there is no love lost, you dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not looking for anything from him, you know what I'm saying? I think that I wish him the best with what he has going on with his kids, with his family and everything, but there is no relationship. Not to say that there won't be a relationship nor a conversation, which I feel that maybe there will be, God willing to see it so, that it'll be a conversation between us two to mend some things out or to just have a conversation, but you know, nah, there's no relationship at this current moment.
What's holding it back? What do you think is, I mean, because if you cleared the debt, you paid whatever was asked, you guys negotiated a number. With you guys seeming to be so close during that run, what would make it at this point we haven't even spoken?
Right.
Like what would you contribute that to?
Well, I would say there's a few things that contributes to that, right? So there was a moment in time for me where I took a step back from the industry, right? To just go more introspective, to learn about myself, to recreate myself, rebrand and all of that stuff. So that was that whole process that went down, right? When I became independent. So I went on my own personal journey to find me. And I feel like he went on his own personal journey as well to find him. We just have yet to meet or be in the same environment or space. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's really just the difference. But when I've seen him out, our last time interacting was love. It was big hugs. It was my brother. It was I appreciate you.
Yeah.
That was our final interaction at that particular time. But it ain't no like bad blood. It's just I'm doing me, bro, doing him. We just haven't seen each other in that environment. But I had other homies who's connected to me that's seen him again. And Khaled is always based on love, man. He's always like that sort of guy. The non-confrontational, you dig?
Yeah.
So yeah, they've seen him out and it's been all love, you dig what I'm saying? So we just haven't had that opportunity to connect.
That's, to me, you know, we just spoke about some of these events and some of the fake love in the industry too, though. Where you'll get out and there'll be daps and hugs and my brother this and my brother that. This is why I stay away from some of these, because they invite me everywhere.
Yeah.
But I stay away from some of it because I'm not into the passing out numbers and not answering texts. Like, if you get my number, I'm gonna answer you.
Yeah.
You know, I was dealing with a guy yesterday that was telling me like, man, I reached out to this such and such and he gave me his number, he wouldn't answer, and it was hurting my spirit because I know the industry is full of games like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure I'm taking everyone at face value that when I see you out in public, you know what I'm saying, that it's all love and this and that. Like, and in private, we ain't even spoken.
Right.
That's me, my personal outlook on things, because I understand this game is tainted. You know, it's a stain on the game, man, and it's not as genuine as people may think it looks.
That's a fact, bro. But I look at it like this, right? Like, whether or not you genuine or not don't got nothing to do with me. You see what I'm saying? My love and my genuineness hopefully may inspire you too. You don't have to be anything like a like-minded individuals are gonna find like-minded individuals, and it's like, that's why it's important to move through or heal like them lower parts of yourself, because if not, you still come in contact with those same people, even though you think you above it to a certain degree. You dig what I'm saying? So for me, I'm gonna come through with love regardless. You can hate me, I'm representing love. That's gonna rattle your spirit, not mine. You dig what I'm saying? So it ain't got nothing to do with me. So it's like, if I'm connecting and I come through with the space and the energy of love and you don't reciprocate that, it just lets me know that this is not where I need to be. You are not who I need to be in contact with. So that's information and everything. So if he don't answer you or he don't hit back, that's not your guy.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? It's clear.
And
it's not the sense to take it personal, homie. It's just like, what you can, right? Take it personal. Feel how you want to feel, man. F that, whatever. But just know, after you get done with all that, this ain't my man, and I'm gonna treat you accordingly. But I still got love.
But see, them same guys will see you out, and I was trying to kind of walk him through that. Them same guys will see you out again and act like, oh man, I just not it. And like, it's like, and the little homie is like, bro, I've been trying to get a verse from you, a feature from you. Like, you'll do a song with a guy in this business and they won't clear the record. They know it's red tape on the other side of it. The label may step in and they may
crazy.
All of that kind of stuff happens.
I don't like that type of shit though. When I see that go down, or like people who've given features or done something like that, and then when you get it and they won't even clear it for you, that's just, I ain't gonna lie, that's foul business, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's really foul
business for real. So, and I feel you, bro. It's sad that niggas do shit like that, because that could really kill an up and coming artist or somebody who just on their grind. It can kill your spirit, bro. With dealing with somebody like that, because you happy about it. You like, man, I got the verse, only to find out that them people on the other end.
I know some guys that's paid for verses, and we're not talking about $5. We talking about $45,000 for a verse from artists, not understanding the business, and on the other side, the label keeps stopping it. Hey, can't put that out. Almost like they want more money.
That's crazy.
And for me, I don't have I take that personal.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But majority of the time, bro, that's really how it goes. Is that, like, you know, a lot of these artists who are signed to labels and stuff, you know, it's a partnership, so there is no independence within them. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they're not operating on that. So a lot, because I remember, okay, being on a major label, like, I can tell you something, but that could possibly go against like what my label think about this. Like, I can say yeah to this, but the label can be like, nah, we ain't gonna clear that because this don't align with this. He ain't doing this, What do they numbers look like? What are they building? What are they doing? So like, you get that, bro. You get that a lot. And that's that BS shit with the label shit that you gotta, and you really see like who got control and who really don't. You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man, that's crazy.
It's
bro.
heavy, bro. That's some heavy stuff. Let's take a break from the show. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the simplest and most exciting way to win cash while watching sports. Now, a lot of people ask, what is Prize Picks? It's a daily fantasy sports app and it's easy to use. All you got to do is pick more or less on a few player stats, and that's it. You think your quarterback is going over 250 yards? Hit more. You feel like the running back may not hit his number? Go less. It's your knowledge of the game versus the numbers in front of you. Prize Picks is available in 45 states, including California and Texas. And here's the best part. When you play your first $5 lineup, they'll give you $50 in lineups to keep playing. All you have to do is use my code. And again, this is win or lose. When you play your first $5 lineup, we'll match you $50. Just use my code IUTP at checkout and we'll send you $50 when you sign up to play your first $5. Football season is in full swing, NBA right around the corner. So listen, this is the perfect time to tap in. I'm playing right now. I don't know what y'all doing. You think this is some little commercial in the middle of the episode? I'm telling you to come get the money on, twin.
Come get the money on. It's literally the perfect time to tap in. When you make the call and it hits, it's not luck, it's confidence. You know what you're looking at. You know how we do, dealing with information, preparation. It's the feeling you get when you know what you're doing. Go download Prize Picks right now. Use my code IUTP. Play your first $5 and get $50 in lineups. Tag me when you win and hashtag it's good to be right so we can celebrate together. That's Prize Picks, code IUTP. And remember, it's good to be right. Only with Prize Picks. Let's get back to the show.
So, what your experience with a major label? Would you sign again to a major?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be opposed to popping out with a major label, for the simple fact of like the team that they can provide. You see what I'm saying? But it would definitely be structured something in a deal that I structure, me and my lawyer, for sure.
Right. You know what I've also noticed, because like I said, I'm with iHeart. I've been with Revolt. I've done a lot of deals in this business. But I'm also noticing that they outsource a lot of the jobs, right? Mm-hmm. Meaning you making go and hire that same marketing team. Mm-hmm. You know, and I see Drake going through what he's going through right now, where his songs are not getting that radio push. Drake is going to have to invest money himself into some of those teams. You know, and some of it is relationship, because some of these labels have 10, 15, 20 years with this certain company, and they can press a button, or they have leverage with Spotify. They can, you know, some of the digital real estate they own, right? And so some of these playlists and some of these things that they can just place you on. But you see someone as big as Drake drop a record, man, and it'll go from, it'll peak to 2 or 1 just because of who he is. But because of the label infrastructure is not supporting him right now because of the lawsuits and stuff, you will see it drop fast, tremendously, like to 40 and 60, and then out of the charts. And we have to know that you can hire some of these people yourself. Are you examining that? Are you looking forward to doing stuff like that? That's without the label?
That's how I operate now as an independent artist. Yes. So I outsource all my things. Yeah. So the people that I need, I outsource my PR. We'll outsource anything, man. You see what I'm saying? Outsource marketing teams. I've outsourced social media marketing teams before. But yeah, that's the way to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a really good distro company that you do business with, good partnership. And then you outsource everything depending upon what it is that you need. So we're out, you know, during album time, PR and all that stuff. So 100%, man, that's definitely the move.
Yeah, I think but it's also a black hole in this industry where you can spend money with this marketing team and they're not effective. You have to know where to spend the money. And that's the thing about the labels. They know exactly who to call to make sure that you're here, there, and everywhere. And then you can be like, no, I'll do it myself, and hire someone. It's like you're not getting this stuff done. Right. And you can't wrap your mind around it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the difficult parts that you say that too, bruh, because like those are some of the things, the hardships that independent artists are gonna come up against. So I had to learn that whole playing field at first of like what it is to outsource. How do you outsource these people? And not only that, what exactly do I need, bro? Because I ain't gonna lie, there was people at one time that I was hiring when it's like I could honestly do that on my own. Like I can reach out to the same company, I can reach out to these same people and get the interviews and do the, you know what I'm saying? So for a while, once I had to learn the game in that way of like, all right, bro, what exactly do you need? You know what I'm saying? What exactly are you trying to do and where you trying to take it? So as I realized that, I'm starting to realize like, so I had to fail before, you know what I'm saying? Had to like outsource different people and realize, had a team of 8-9 people and just realize like, damn, boy, I'm putting out a lot of money out. You see what I'm saying? To just mainly just paying people, but these people are not producing. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just, and then ultimately you realize like they always, you know, point it back to you, or you got to be the one and you got to be the da-da-da. And it's like, that's why I got the team of people that could, you know, I know. And so for an independent artist, you got to realize what are you good at and what are you not good at. Let me say that. You see what I'm saying? So like that first part was like that for me till I realized like, man, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? But it took for me hiring 8, 9, 10 people to decide like, damn, bro, I'm putting a lot of money out, but I ain't getting no real return from this. You see what I'm saying?
And you sleep light, man, when that happens. When you're like, man, every month I'm putting out 26,000. And you look up and it's like, what have you been doing all month?
Right.
No, we've been working on it. We've been reaching out.
Nah, they be trying to cap you out because it be your energy, because my energy alone and my projects, my albums that I pull out, they're gonna be successful.
Yes.
My fans are gonna support it. The people are gonna come. You see what I'm saying? I'm an incredible artist in that way and blessed in that way to where, you know, I can continue giving the people hits. And so a lot of times it's me driving that force.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, and then you could have you know, when you hire a few people, sometimes they might hide underneath like what your energy and what you're doing, and it's a little diluted in terms of like, no, I made that happen. Like them boy restock because I was on my shit, boy. Them boy restock because they see me out here with the, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing like, so you learn like, no, is this person gonna go get you? Are they gonna bring you ideas?
That's what
Are they gonna bomb? I'm the type, I need ideas. Bring me ideas.
Yes.
Are you a creative mind?
Yes.
You can just go make it happen. Don't bring it to me. You need da-da-da, go make it happen. Holla at da-da-da about that. Like, let's get, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it moving, bro. You feel me? That's how it be. Yeah.
And you gotta pay attention to that. Like you said, they definitely are hide behind and under certain things. But that's what I love about my platform, is like a lot of it is incoming. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like the people that I do have on my team, they know I expect a certain level, because it's like, man, if I'm having all these dudes reaching to me, what do you mean such and such said such and such? Right. See, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. What you mean such a, oh man, just get it done. What you like there? That's how it is in my mind, bro. It ain't no pushback, bro. It's either it's gonna work or it's gonna work, bro. I don't got no, well, maybe. Nah, let's get it done. Let's reach out to him, homie. Like, let's do it, bro. And that's what I be about. And sometimes that kind of comes off a way, but you know, and I try not to, because I don't want to be hard to deal with. But this is my baby.
Yeah.
This is everything for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not paying people for no rent. Why you don't see a lot of people around me? What are you doing?
Right, bro. That's like, the question right there.
That's the biggest
question. Like, they'll hit you with them titles, yo, I'm such and such. So what does that title entail? Exactly. What would it look like for you working on this business? What will you be doing? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly, well, I be boom. And then sometimes you realize, like, hold on, when they go to explain it, you like, I gotta actually like do that myself. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's done by the time it get to you.
Or just, right.
By the time it's submitted to you, that's done. So I'm not understanding the value.
Or there's a smarter way to do it. Right, exactly. There's a smarter way. So oftentimes that's what we figure out is like, all right, these boy want $10,000 a month, boom. But I found somebody that actually work within this job title and these, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That could actually give me what I want, and it's much cheaper. They actually cutting out all the fluff.
Yes.
Because sometimes just for that title and name, people like to charge an extra $5,000-$10,000 just for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you find out it's like, man, y'all boy ain't really, you know, there's no real work being put into it for real.
Again, I tell people, it ain't just having a brand, it's the person you're dealing with. They got to know how to pitch. When you see my Rolodex, like I've did a lot of people, but certain names on my shit, you know, they don't do interviews. So it's important for you to lead with those names so people know, oh, who they really don't even do it. Man, let me check out. Even if you don't know who I am or my brand visibility hasn't got to you, the way you pitch it is important. Even to getting some of these brand deals, it's like, who am I paying to get my brand deals when I'm dealing with people in the culture that's introducing me to people that's getting some of this stuff done? We got to have a meeting Monday, 1:00 about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling meetings, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that money, I ain't bleeding money. I come from the street, so I'm not someone that's just going to let everybody be paid for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got Marquita. She keeps me in the loop with the labels, because she's heavy with those labels and certain people. She can definitely get you to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing too. People can promise you that they'll do things that they can't even do. They don't even have the capacity or the capability to even do, right? So we got to be aware and let these young people know, independent artists, independent content creators, podcasters, whatever you're doing, your team is important, but you got to hire the right people. You know what I'm saying? Just don't have a lot of fluff around you.
I want to know what you want, man. That like for artists too, that's important to say, because we can say that, right? But it's like for artists, like you really have to know what you want, bro.
Yes.
And you really got to understand the positions of the people that you're working for. Like my guy used to say that years ago of like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You an artist, but bro, you got to learn the landscape of what an assistant would do, of what a manager would do. I'm like, bro, I ain't got no time for none of that.
Exactly.
Like I ain't got... Moment I got independent, the moment I started to go back, right?
Yes.
I go back to school and I had to learn what's the job of a management, how do they show up, what's the job of an assistant, what's the job of a PR, what's the job of this, what's the job, like how should they operate?
Yes.
And me being clear about exactly as an artist of like what I want. So that took the longest time of like, oh, okay, I need this. I need somebody who's gonna see this. These are the type of brand deals, because not everything is for you, so you gotta know what type of brand deals to pitch you for. You know what I'm saying? One that's in alignment with who you are. Like, so everything comes down to being that. So it's like the more you get clear about what it is that you want as an up and coming artist, the better your landscape will look for
if a label asks you right now, Ace, what do you want? You would be able to communicate that with them.
Oh, 100%.
From a dollar amount, from a structure and amount. I mean,
100%.
structure, you know.
100%.
So you're operating at a high level.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's a lot of
100%.
artists get around these dudes, they be like, all right, so what you need? What you want? What you trying to do? Shit, I just want to sign, bro.
Right. When you young, I mean,
got him.
Yeah. When you young, you think about mama them, you think about little brother, you think about the crib, the family. So immediately, like, you know, that override, that check, that signing, you know, like, and then our mind start going to play, you know, play tricks on us. We start thinking about the future, type of car we gonna get, the crib we finna get, the jewels we finna get. Like, I'm finna take care of mom, I'm finna get it. So your mind start to place all these purchases when you ain't even, like, you ain't present enough to handle the business. And that's how we get got, because, you know, it's just like, oh, we thinking contract, you thinking money, bro. It's like, nah, homie, all money ain't good money for real.
And then a lot of that money is paid back money too. So it's no free lunch. Ain't no such thing as free lunch in this business.
Yeah.
So if somebody got you $1 million, I remember T.I. told Thug wanted to sign with T.I. and he told him, he say, bro, you don't want to sign with me, because if I sign and give you $1 million, I'm gonna lock you down for 9 hours. He just kept it real with him, like, bro, I'm gonna lock you in, lock you down the way you really. I'm making all that back 10 times over, and I don't want to ruin our relationship with. Because what'll happen is kind of what happened to you. At some point, you run an audit or you try to start asking questions, and you say, hold on, man, you done been paid for 6 years at this rate.
Right.
And now I'm trying to leave and you still want another $1 million?
Right.
And that shit, if you're not strong-minded, man, it can break you down. You can feel used and abused and misused.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is, man, that's heavy, man.
I mean, all of them feelings are a part of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, that's how you feel when you in a situation like that and y'all boy done navigated something special that long. And y'all brothers and y'all done traveled the world, done stuff, bro. Y'all done been on stages. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel that way. You feel like slighted after you come out of something like that, bro. You feel like, man, I feel crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but then on the other end of that, it's like, man, like, if they keeping this information away from me, dog, what am I missing for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, bro.
That's unfortunate stuff, man. Let me ask you this. Being from Florida, what part of Florida are you from? Deerfield, Florida.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though when the We the Best situation stopped that you lost the support from Miami?
Hell no. Hell no. Nah, I ain't never feel like that. I ain't never feel like I lied. You know, I think I always had, like, you know, there was always murmurs in the city. Like, I'm from Broward County, so I ain't from Miami. Miami always been, they always love me. You see what I'm saying? And my city always love me. My city just, they want to see me more. You dig what I'm saying? So at that particular time, you know, when I separated, bro, that was just my choice, man. The city's still behind me. The city's still showing love. You know what I'm saying?
Would you be able to say that, though? If you like, yo, man, the fucking radios and shit now ain't with dude. You kind of feel like they ain't.
Oh, we talking about my bad, the commercial spot.
Yeah.
So like,
that's what I mean. Like, not even just the radios, the infrastructure that he has created in Miami. When he co-shines you or collaborates with you, it's kind of baked in.
Well, you see, that's a great point, because there was some foul play going on there, right? There was some calling in to try to not get my records played. I was hearing things through the grapevine, but the beautiful thing about that is that I've established manage my own relationships within the radio. So there was also like, there was two ends of it. There were people, right, on one end that's pushed back from that side of not, you know, not trying to get my record played and people not wanting me to shine and do my thing, right? To like the radio people really wanting me to be even more a part of what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like my guy Bulletproof and my guys DJ Nasty and people who up there at 99, you know, the radios and all of that stuff, like they still supported me. You know what I mean? Come through the radio, bro. Come do your thing. Come do whatever. If you got a project, you got an album. So that's the beauty about my navigation, is the fact that like, you know, I learned very on the respect of like the DJ of the people. So for me, I've always like had a clean face. So that's the beauty about me, bro. So I can pull up at any radio station. It ain't no bad blood, even though you support, bro. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You still know that Ace still pulled up at that free concert. Man, he still pulled up at that toy drive. He still pulled up out there and handed out them turkeys with y'all for the radio. So he still, you know what I'm saying? So I'm embedded within the culture and the community. And for the most part, people want to see Ace win. Right. Simple and plain, bro.
Yeah, for sure. What about with the rappers, right? Because I just named off the Chris Browns, the Futures. Some of that shit, did it feel like it came because of the brand extension from Khaled or because of Ace Hood? Or was it a mixture? And did you lose some of that support after the separation from that current situation?
There was a mixture. There was a mixture of two, of like some things came by the extension of bruh, and some things came because of who I am and who it's like, yeah, the extension, but the guy on the other end of that too. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Sure. So if it's like, okay, yeah, you connected to such and such, but I rock with brother. Yes. Regardless, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, sure. It's extension, but I really got love for brother. So like, that's what it would be like. You know what I'm saying? It would be that back and forth like that.
Did you lose any of that? Like,
some of it. Yeah. Let me say, did I lose any of it? Some of it got diluted, yeah, right? So there was moments, there was a time where like when I did separate from the whole label, there was like, you know, but I also didn't try to reach out. There was some artists that I did try to reach out to, you know what I'm saying, during that time, where it's like, man, niggas weren't really trying to show love in that way. You dig what I'm saying? But it wasn't crazy pushback because I didn't really try to reach for the higher up artists. Does that make sense?
But why? Is that because you were protecting your peace, or because again, I just named off you, Future, and 385 million.
Right. I think a little bit of it was like, honestly, bro, from being transparent, was like I didn't know where I stood with those artists anymore. Yeah. I no longer knew our relationship at that particular time and how strong that was. So a part of me was a little bit in fear of actually reaching out to particular people to be able to want to connect with them and say, hey, bro, let's get on this feature, because of the vibe of being rejected. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be rejected and reach out to some, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And just go through that. So for me, I just kind of focus on my landscape and what I can do now. So I still took the steps to reach out to certain artists, and some, you know, wouldn't respond and some would. But a lot of those guys that I was working with before, I didn't go back and reach out to them guys because of just the idea of rejection or the idea of like them being slow motion. You know what I'm saying?
And
shit
it
like
ruins
that.
Whatever I thought I had with these individuals. And like you said, there's a fear associated with that. And I don't want to feel a way about you dudes, because I'll stop performing the songs, which then hurts my fans and then probably hurts my shows. Like, it's a domino effect, so I'm gonna just leave that alone. But that's unfortunate, bro. It's so unfortunate. You and Chris Brown should be able to get another one in. You and Future, like, we talking about records that 385 is not nothing to sneeze at. Like, that's a very big deal, bro. That's, you dig, almost 500 million views, and that's just on YouTube. That don't count Spotify, Apple. Right. We may be talking about 1 billion streams if you put them all together, man. And I hate that. I hate that this industry moves that way, but I also want to expose that to the artists that's out there that really live in the moment, and build your team while you're on that journey. Because you could be next to some of these people and thinking, nah, it's always gonna be like this. Now get phone numbers, get contacts, like build that up, man, so that it's not just on the people that you came in with. I get it, you dance with who brought you to the party, but at the same time, man, you got to prepare for the worst in this industry. Very vital industry.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so,
bro. You know, I hope at some point you can get you know, in with some of those?
It's literally just reaching out, bro, because you know, I'm not gonna make any of it true, but I'm just telling you at that moment of what I was experiencing and feeling. Not to say that there isn't love there, not to say that bro them won't be willing to do the feature or whatever it is right away, because through the grapevine is all love with most of the guys, because it ain't never been no bad blood, you know what I'm saying? And as we see things are unfolding, you know, you just starting to see who supported, who ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like you just starting to see things starting to dwindle, you know what I'm saying? And like truths are starting to be recognized about certain people, certain things. So it's like, I also believe like too, dog, like at that time too, I was just mindful about where I focused my attention. I knew I was very fragile at that particular times in terms of just like recreating, rebranding myself and my identity about who I am and where I'm going. You feel me? So it's like at that time I had, if you think about it, right, if you in that position, I had already done this. So I had done this feature. Me and bro done records together. Me and these people done stuff. Me and Chris got 2 records, 3 records. You see what I'm saying? So I had already done it. So in my mind, I'm going to do something different, something more creative. But you've done it
under his umbrella.
Right. Exactly.
And you didn't get to leave with some of that. Some of the equity that you have built. So that's why it's important to nurture those relationships, because now I'm playing independent ball and I'll be in a situation to be able to capitalize off some of the things now that I've built in the past that he won off of. You know what I'm saying? Because those records are hit records, man. And at some point, I just hope that you're able to circle back around with some of those guys. The chemistry was great. The songs did amazing. And sometimes these labels, that's what they're looking at. We just spoke about. They're looking at the analytics. So it's hard to say no to the money, because they all look at money around here. 385 million on that junk. 500 million over here. 17 million over here, you know? And millions are not something to just sneeze at. I'm not gonna allow people to, you know what I'm saying, respect that. You know, also looking into you, I don't think I ever heard you speak about this, so I want you to speak about this. The BET Awards or some BET function, your Rolex face bezel fell off.
To the BET family, that boy Ace, man, what's happening with you, bro?
Oh, we in the building, man. BET Awards going down. I'm happy to be here.
Man, they let us young people just come through and take over, man. We done took over, man.
It's awesome, man. I'm happy to be here. My new album, man, is in stores July 16th. Make sure y'all pick that up. We just here, baby. We feeling good. You feel me?
On top now, speaking of feeling good, man, I know that was crazy right there. That's the first time we let people perform. You lost something, bro?
Right there.
Hold up. Is that... Homie, you lost. Yo, he almost lost the bezel. Take care of that before we continue. That's gotta go. You know what? Just hold it like that. It's all good, man. That's only 20K right there. 50,000 just dropped right there on the floor, man. It's all.
What was that about? And did you fire that jeweler?
Well, man, I was totally shocked what happened at the whole award vibe. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you spend 42,000 on something. It's like, boy, I need that. So I ain't gonna lie, it just happened. I can't even explain how it happened, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? Not the greatest place for it to happen at, you dig what I'm saying? But it happened, man. But the reality was we were never tripping. Our people around us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't dabble, like, respectful to the people who do, but we don't dabble in the whole fake jewelry vibe, and the people do. We've authentic people, you see what I'm saying? And after I went to Raffaello and we talked about that joint, and my jeweler's the biggest jeweler at that time. He do all our stuff. He do me, Fat Joe, he do everybody's stuff. You dig what I'm saying? So you know, when that happened, bro, it was unfortunate at that time, but we weren't tripping. Why? Because it's a real watch. The bezel just happened to fall off for it.
Did you take it to a third party and make sure it's a real watch?
I know it was real. I need to take it to no third party.
Well, the reason I say that is Baby went up with a watch that was like 400 grand.
That's the same jeweler.
See?
Which I'm a different type of guy. I actually never put that out. I actually never said that. Years ago when it happened, I actually had never even mentioned the jeweler. But the same jeweler who did that to Baby was the same jeweler that did it in my watch.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You dig what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to never put bro out there like that, because I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
But at the end of the day, it could be like, you send me to your people to verify it's real, and then like, they have these infrastructures, man, you know what I'm saying? So Baby go up online and the little fake watch dude, hey, And baby like, hold on. And he ended up making some rings for baby after that just to try to smooth it over. He basically said he was sold a fake watch. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
oh, and two, so it was verified. Back then they had watch busters. So watch busters had already verified that the watch was real.
Okay.
Didn't nobody want to hear that. So that's why I'm saying we weren't tripping, because the watch was real, homie. Right. We spent real $42,000 on it, and after that, we read up and spent $65,000 on this one.
Right.
So we weren't, you understand what I'm saying? Like we weren't tripping, bro. We getting real money, bro. So it's like, and it was no need to like, so as people, it's like really the joke's on y'all if y'all want to make fun of, because I wasn't in my house sad about nothing like that. We weren't having no long conversations about the watch situation, nothing like that. But we just didn't know how the motherfucker came off. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just the whole thing.
But if you spend that kind of money, what I'm saying is, or what I would suggest for people, independent verification of some of these pieces that's costing that money, right? I'm not taking a jeweler word, because baby took his word.
True.
And he come to find out it wasn't no good. Yeah. And it was worth $400,000. You see what I'm saying? So your word is, as much as I respect you, and it shouldn't, the truth don't mind being investigated. Right? So you can't get mad at me for saying, yo, all right, bro, I want that watch, but let me take it to such and such independently. Yeah. Not your people, because again, it's an ad-lib thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send you over here, man. He'll verify it's all, and I give you some papers on it. You'll end up getting to the insurance people before you figure out, hold on, man, somebody stole it. I'm trying to claim that. Nah, it ain't worth what the numbers is saying on there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important that you know what I'm saying, you look into those kind of things for people coming up. That you said you verified it, you good. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, I just think that's important. Especially
nowadays too. Yeah. So I would say even more nowadays than like less, like in those times for sure, right? But nowadays, I think you definitely have to double down in terms of like what's real, what ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, does the dials match? What's what? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the numbers, is everything lining up? You see what I'm saying? Right. So I think now more than ever, because you got so many people like creating replicas and doing other things. So now today's game is even more dangerous. Now. So I would get 2-3 people to just like verify that particular thing if you purchasing jewelry. Yeah, 100%.
I think like you said, now it's an overwhelming amount of fugazi shit moving around, from clothes to jewelry to cars even. Niggas is having this bumper on this car, and it's the 2014 model with the 2023 grill, and oh man, it's pull aparts, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely tell people to, right, for real, man, like it's not as simple as, because you'll spend your real money on something that ain't no good, and that can start a real problem. 42 grand and it fall off. It's like, man, y'all nigga, what you got me going through, loved one? You know what I'm saying? That's just,
that was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That's I seen it. I was like, nah, you know, damn, like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That shit went down. We like.
That's one of the first.
I went to bro, he was so apologetic, man. My dog, I felt sorry for him. Jewel, I felt sorry. We went to him. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. Man, You know what I'm saying? And like, again, and if I would have felt slighted, or if I would have been affected by it, I think I would have said his name earlier when it first happened. I never said anything. That's how solid I am around that. Which I was just like, because it wasn't no issue with me. It's just the world wanted to make it an issue. Well, we was all laughing at it. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't the first things that went viral. Like, you gotta think, back then shit wasn't viral, everything. All these little niggas going viral now. That was one of the first things that really went crazy across the internet, because again, people are messy and bullshitters. So they just want to see it and be like, man, his bezel fell off, man, I spent 50 racks on that junk. Like, what y'all got going? But for you not to throw dude under the bus, it says a lot about your character. You see, baby didn't hold no.
He didn't hold, man, because it's the pressure of the people that he dealing with, and not only that, his situation was a little different because the watch was fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a real watch that the bezel came off of it, that people was trying to consider as fake because the bezel came off. But we chilling in the fact that it's a real watch, homie. It's manufacturing. We don't know how it came off, my brother, but we know what we spent, brother. You heard me? Like, we know what we spent. We know how we rock and we know how we purchase jewelry.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Not even that. Look at anything, track history on anything that we purchase, house, cribs, cars, whatever. Yeah. No matter what it is, that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
Like, come on, man. And I've been doing it since I've been 18, 19. I'm 3'7". And it's taking care of me my easy, you understand?
Yeah,
so it's like, you know, you just got to be mindful about, like, you know, especially for people out there in terms of, like, you know, I know they want to keep it as, like, you know, a running joke or whatever in the past, but, like, you know, we really rich for real.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you were fairly compensated for all the work you've put in?
What do you mean? Like, fairly from all the work that I've done?
Yeah, all the music and the success of the music.
No. I'm definitely owed some checks out there, but you know what I'm saying? I think I should be way more richer, for sure. Right. Like, I should have way more. Yeah. For sure. That's just what I believe, especially for my type of music, my discography. In you know, in comparison to maybe like the other things that people put out, I think that my music and what I put out is healing. I think it affects people. I think it'll make you want to get up and go get some money. Make you want to get up and become or be something. So I do think that for sure deserve more. But I think at the same time, like, you know, like you know, God has that answer. You dig? Yeah, sort of speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. I keep my eyes on that because I know God can provide anything as opposed to what I felt like man should give me. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I'm also want to hit you or talk to you about you lost a kid. Mm-hmm. Very sad situation. In RP. Can you explain that? Is that something that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, my daughter, Lyric Star, who passed away. My daughter, Lyric Star, passed away. The twins were born in 2011. You know, so I had two twins, Lyric Star, and I had Sailor Blue. Sailor Blue is my daughter now. She's 14 in high school. So I lost my baby girl. She was in the NICU, and she couldn't. So normally when they let you out of the NICU, you got to have a stool. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a natural stool so they can see that everything is okay. You're processing your food. So she didn't have an anus for it to, like, you know what I'm saying? She had a tube connected to her. So long story short, man, we had to make a really tough decision. That's what I spoke about on the album, on the soul album of Georgia Lyric, talking about her and my grandmother's story around that. So, we ended up losing her. We had to make a tough decision to pull the plug at that time because she wasn't showing signs of, they actually created her, you know, an anus so she can try to use the restroom, but it still was coming out like the sack part of it. You see what I'm saying? So
that's rough, bro.
It was rough, man. So we had to make a decision to pull the plug, and it is one of the toughest decisions of my life. So I definitely, you know, still to this day is still healing from, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I actually got a son named Lyric, right? And that's crazy, man. Again, my heart goes out to you. I couldn't imagine. He was born in the NICU. He spent like 70 some days in there as well. So of course my heart goes out to you for that. You know, navigating that kind of shit is just has to be
bro,
traumatizing.
Very much so, bro. Very much so. Like I told him, man, I was in the room for weeks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not for weeks. I would say for about a week though, in a room, just emotional, in a dark room, in a hotel room. You see what I'm saying? Crying about it, emotional, and it still visits me. You know what I'm saying? I can just be chilling dolo, bro, and just become emotional out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about my daughter and my grandmother, and but I know like they still here, bro. You know what I'm saying? A part of why I am the way that I am is because they are who they are. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, so.
Facts, man. Well, anything you want to leave the people with, man, great conversation today with you, man. Yes, I appreciate you. I'm going to get your number. We'll lock in. For sure. Anytime you dropping, you know, touch point. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I support your music, support your journey. I think you're well spoken, which is rare in this climate. You know what I'm saying? But you're able to spar and do this thing. So that's a beautiful thing from just a man standpoint. You know, to hold yourself together, man. But I appreciate you. Anything you want to leave the people with?
Man, keep God first, man. God first in everything that you do. We got the tour coming up soon. Very excited about that. That's gonna happen at the top of the year for the Soul album. Soul album is also out right now. Go check it out, man. If you into growing, healing, being motivated, being pushed, we got some of that dog work on there too, man. So it ain't all just like healing, but it's definitely something for everybody on the album. Go check it out. merchandise and all of that, man. Ace Hood on all sites. But I love you. I appreciate the people who's been supporting me, all of the fans. So yeah, man, keep going.
Keep going, man. Y'all take that game, do something with it. It's Up There Podcast. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, man? It's your homie Ace Hood, man, right here live and direct. You dig? My album Soul is available and out everywhere right now, man. Make sure you go get that. It's healing in motion. It's growth. It's all that good stuff. Hey, and it's Up There, man. Up There Podcast. We live in effect. Ace Hood.